first violins. It's Miss Sperato here. Today we're going to be going over the first violin part of El Toro by Don Brubaker. Here's some things to consider. First, if you look at your tempo, it says a dotted half note is 60 beats per minute. This is what that sounds like. You aren't going to go this slow. It's in 1, 1, 2, 3. So it's actually quite quick. The other thing I would do is make sure you're staying kind of in the bottom half of your bow anytime it's like a picky, short kind of thing. But there are other parts where you are going to have to use your whole bow to make it lyrical. So anytime you have a slur or a tie, you got to work a little bit there. Because the tempo flexes, you need a conductor for this piece, and it's best played with an orchestra, but this is a practice track. Here's what I'm going to do. What we'll do is we'll start at the beginning, and then starting in 53 and 54, you're going to hear me slow down, and I will not be with the metronome anymore. So what's going to happen is editing Miss Sperato will stop the metronome, and then I'll edit that whole part out, and then the recording will then start right on 55. So if you see in the recording there's like a jump in the middle of it, it's because like I edited out me turning it off. I will play at 55 just the dotted half note. I will sing the solo part on top of it, and at the end of this part, when I go through the whole piece, I will go over instructions for just the solo part. The other thing that we're going to do is, after I do that solo part, from 30 to 45, it's divisi. I will be going over the divisi part as well. So all parts will be covered. Yeah, I think that's about it. Let's get to it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and play 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Watch conductor. Down bow. Watch conductor. going to be going over is the solo, and it says optional octave. It sounds better when you do it the octave above. If you're not going to do the octave above, here's what that sounds like really quickly. And it's in flex, so I don't use a metronome for this. And you hold as long as you want. Now, I personally, if I were going to do this, go for the gold. You need to do that octave above. You can do this entire thing in third position. So I wouldn't start with an open E. I would start with an E on your A string, and you have like a whole bunch of, you can prepare that second finger E in third position. You take your time, you do whatever you want. They're just doing this. That's all they're doing. So take your time, make it dramatic. There's no need to rush it. And it says you have 2 beats rest. Take 9. Don't take 9. That was an exaggeration. So you would play. Do the third position. And here is now 30 to 45. This is the inside player for the first violins. I will use a metronome for this part. I'm going to start at measure 27. 1, 2, 3, ready, and go. This video was helpful for you. If you have a question, please write it in the comments of Google Classroom, because if you have that question, somebody else probably has it too. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.